Okay, I know I said I would talk about stress next, but I need to show you this is an ordinal variable. So this is a socioeconomic status question. And the way this is set up is that there's different options that range from most financially difficult to most financially comfortable. So what I would want to do is identify what the numbers are going to mean. So I want my highest number to be the highest financial comfort. You could do it either way. I mean, you could name it something different, but typically when you're looking at socioeconomic status variables, a higher value indicates more financial comfort. So I want to make this financially difficult a one, strained is a two, moderate is a three, and comfortable is a four. They're ordinal because there is a natural order to those descriptions, but there's it like I don't actually know what the difference is between each of those. It's not like there's a specific interval of comfort between each level, right? So I'm going to copy these. I'm just going to do Command C or Control C if you're not on a Mac. And then I'm going to create a new column. So I'm going to just click right here and insert a column right, and I'll call this SES. And then I'll make this bigger just so that you can see the full formula, but I'm going to do a nested if statement here. So that was what I did before. I'm going to do if, and I'm going to say if this cell, oops, I forgot my equal sign. There you go. So if this cell, that's what should happen. I should get it highlighted with a color there. If that cell equals, and I'm going to start with the one that I just copied. So I'm going to do quotation marks, and then I'm going to paste that financially difficult exactly the way it was typed out, because otherwise it's not going to recognize it. And then I'm going to say comma, and I'm going to say if it matches. So if, and I can see it doesn't, but if L2 equals financially difficult with that information, then I want it to respond with a one. And I'm just going to do a number there. Because I'm going to label the numbers in Jamovi. So I want it to have an order to it. If I left it the way it was, if I said financially difficult, for example, without any other information, Jamovi doesn't know what the order is. So I'm going to make that one. And then I'm going to do a comma, and I'm going to nest my if statement. So if same cell, so if, I have an extra quotation in there, and that's why that happened. So if L2 equals, and then I need to use my next level. So my next level up is strained. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste, and I need parentheses about that. See how it's just black? That's a note to you telling you that it's not set up correctly. It should turn green when it's recognized as a character response in one cell. So now I have this one, and you need to leave the periods in there. I know it looks weird, but leave that in there because that's part of the response. And then I'm going to do a comma, and then that's going to become a two because that's slightly less financially strained than the first option. And then I'm going to go to comma. I'm going to do another if statement, open parenthesis. I'm going to click on the same cell, or I could type it, equals, go up to my next one, copy, and paste. And again, I need to put my quotations around it, comma. And then if that one is what is there, it's going to give me a three. Last one, if statement. I'll just type it L2 equals, and my last one, comfortable, and paste. And I'm going to put a parenthesis around that, or I mean a quotation at the end of that. So now I want that to be a four. So comma four. And you can see those values are blue. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all in blue. And then you want to, again, leave an option for if it doesn't meet each of those, then we'll just make it blank, which is double quotations. And then I need to have the same number of closing parentheses. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 open parentheses. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 closing parentheses. And again, Sheets will fix that for you, which is kind of nice, but it's always good to check it out and make sure you're doing it correctly. I'm going to click this autofill and see if it worked. If it went all the way down, which it looks like it did. And it's always good to check your work, make sure that that was correct. So you can see that moderate is 3. That's how we set it up. You can always double check, like, okay, yeah, 3. You should be taking notes as you go through and clean your data. So that's something you could note down as what those numbers are going to represent once you put this into Jamovi. You can see that comfortable is 4, strained is 2. And then let's check our last one, see if there's any financially difficult is 1. There we go. Now, the next video, I'm going to talk about transforming the stress variable. So again, when we get into Jamovi, we're going to add labels back to it so that we see the actual like moderate or comfortable or strained. But that's because it's ordinal. I want it to have a number. If it's nominal, you don't have to go through this process unless you have a longer response option like I did in the previous videos.